Ultimately, She-Hulk will marry the leader, but how did that happen? It all started one day in New York City, when a gigantic alien ship appeared, and several frogmen came out of it. Hulk and the Smash agents arrived to destroy these aliens, along with the Thing and the rest of the Fantastic Four. Everyone is there fighting these alien creatures which keep appearing. Susan Storm tries to protect them by setting up a force field and warns them that her husband Reed Richards is arriving soon with a solution for the problem. The Human Torch is also there to help in this battle, and the Smash agents say that until Mr. Fantastic arrives, they will try to destroy that ship, but their attacks have no effect. They are unable to penetrate the energy shield. Suddenly, Reed Richards finally arrived with She-Hulk. He built a cannon that can fire a project 12 times faster than the speed of sound, and theoretically this projectile could go through that ship's shield. But they needed one thing, and the Hulk understood instantly. He will be the cannonball. The other Hulks think he won't be able to survive, but the original Hulk tells them to trust him. He positioned himself inside the cannon and She-Hulk fired. It went through all the ship's shields and ended up directly in the engine. Hulk warned Mr. Fantastic that there is no one inside that ship, and it appears that it is operating via remote control. There is just a gigantic teleporter there. Reed Richards then said that if the Hulk disables the computer, he will put an end to the invasion of these aliens, but he must not crush the computer. But it's too late. The Hulk has already crushed everything. The entire ship exploded. The aliens disappeared, but the Hulk was hit by that radiation and fell back to the planet's surface. A bomb managed to destroy the monster by becoming invisible. And all the Hulks were very sad until suddenly the original one woke up. Reed Richards was in shock. All the people of New York City were extremely happy and started shouting the Hulk's name. Even Jonah Jameson, the biggest reporter in town, who always says that the Hulks are monsters, started saying that they are actually heroes. For the first time, Smash agents are being considered superheroes, but the leader already has a plan to put an end to this. From that day onwards, when they saved New York City, all Smash agents received various appointments. Captain America invited the Hulk to go to the White House to receive a Medal of Honor, but he didn't want to go there and the Red Hulk went. A-Bomb managed to distract the monster by becoming invisible. She-Hulk is working as an actress in a Hulk movie who is played by a normal person. Scar went to take part in a charity fight in Hulk's place. He's going to fight the Thing from the Fantastic Four and said that arena reminds him of home, but he doesn't remember why. Finally, when left alone at the Gamma base, Hulk went to visit the leader who was trapped inside, but as soon as he got closer, he discovered that the leader was actually just a hologram. Hulk became desperate and invaded the place to confirm this. It turns out that the leader has already escaped from the prison and has deployed 5 bombs around the city of Vista Verde, and they will explode in 13 minutes unless Smash agents are able to find them. If they don't succeed, the entire city will be destroyed. The Hulk immediately came out to look for the bombs, and at that moment we realized the truth. The leader was still inside and used the hologram to trick the Hulk. Meanwhile, Hulk warned the other Smash agents, and unfortunately, in the city square, the mayor was unveiling a statue to honor the Hulk. He arrived and shouted at the people of the city, telling everyone to get out of there, and everyone ran away scared. Right then, the Abomination appeared, and he is not alone. He came with his new group, the Smashers. This group includes the Absorbing Man, Blaster, Sauron, and Titania. They are there to prevent the Hulks from finding the bombs and begin the fight immediately. The shockwave they created blew people away, and we see that a cameraman was filming everything. Several news crews were in town for the Hulk tribute, and Jonah Jameson knew immediately what was going on. As the Hulks fought, he said they were crazy and were destroying the city. The people nearby too, and during the fight against these supervillains, we discovered the truth, as the Absorbing Man told everything. It turns out that the leader gave them belts that are capable of making them invisible. Only those who have gamma radiation in their bodies can see them. In other words, people are thinking that the Hulks are fighting alone and destroying the city. All of this is a plan by the leader to make them become monsters again in the eyes of the people. Even so, the Hulks did not give up and continued fighting. One by one, they defeated all these super villains. Scar, for example, threw the Smash agent's plane to destroy one of the super villains, and She-Hulk was so angry that she managed to hit Titania a lot. The mayor can't understand why the Hulks are destroying this little town after everything they've done for them. Even though they know that people will hate them, the Hulks defeated all the supervillains because other people's opinions are not important, and suddenly the army appeared. They told the Smash agents to surrender or else they will be shot. But since they can't do anything, the Smash agents split up to look for the bombs, and suddenly the Hulk had an idea. He destroyed his new statue and found a device inside it. It was a hologram projector, and the leader appeared to say that all of this was obvious from the beginning. The 5 bombs were Smash agents. They leveled the city itself, and now no one will call them heroes anymore. more. And it worked, as Jonah Jameson is already calling them all monsters. The whole world started hating the Hulks again, no matter that they said the supervillains were invisible. With no other choice, they had to run back to the Gamma base. And once they got there, they were in shock. The leader was inside this whole time, and he used all the energy from the Gamma generator to create a black hole that will take him to another galaxy. And after he escapes, the Gamma generator will explode, destroying the city and the entire state. All the blame will fall on the shoulders of the Hulks. The leader then fled from that place. The Hulk said he will deactivate the generator and ask the other Smash agents to run away. However, they are all friends and decided to help him with that same old conversation that friendship is above all. Together, they then threw the generator into the wormhole and went along. The explosion happened in the middle of space and they crash landed on a certain planet. When they woke up, everyone was dressed as if they were ready for battle, and Scar recognized the smell of that place. They also have strange devices strapped to their chests, and these devices don't come off at all. Suddenly, they were all lifted into some kind of arena, and many people were in a stadium waiting for their arrival. Now it has become clear that they have arrived on another planet, and Scar suddenly remembered. He knows this place. That used to be his home, and suddenly the emperor of that planet appeared, the leader. And Smash agents are a gift to the people of the planet. They will fight in that arena for everyone's entertainment. The leader says that they will be trapped there forever, and after getting what he wants, the leader himself will return to planet Earth, and it will turn the entire world into a gigantic combat arena, and he will be the emperor of planet Earth too. The leader then challenged the Hulk to try to hit him, and when the superhero jumped, the leader used his devices to prevent him from continuing the attack with electric shocks, and soon after, he brought a gigantic spider monster to fight the Hulks in the first battle of the day. She-Hulk was the first to attack, followed by the Red Hulk, and Scar too. A-Bomb managed to distract the monster by becoming invisible, and the Hulk finished the job by throwing the creature out of the arena. At that moment then, the time has come to send all Smash agents straight to the pit. They stayed there waiting for the next orders, and at that moment we realized that the leader also implanted these devices among all the people on the planet, and he can give orders all over the world. Down there, an alien called Hiroyim is the guard who takes care of all the prisoners. There are many other prisoners there, and suddenly they realize that She-Hulk disappeared. Scar remembered that he knows that guard, and he revealed that when he lived on this planet, he used to be the guard at that place. All Hulks will have no other choice. They will have to work to produce a material to build more of those devices so that the leader controls all the people on planet Earth. Meanwhile, She-Hulk was in a place where robots were showing her future wedding dress, and suddenly the leader appeared. He called her his queen, and when She-Hulk tried to attack him, he managed to stop her using the device. The leader now intends to fulfill his dream of marrying She-Hulk, and he told her to enjoy all these jewels. Well, starting tomorrow, she will be his. At the same time, the Smash agents were down there mining everything needed to build the control devices, when suddenly a fight broke out with the prisoners who were already there. They want revenge on Scar for the days he used to be the guard, and they threw him into a bottomless pit. The Hulk was desperate, and he jumped after him to save him. Red Hulk wanted to face that guard, but he can't do anything because of the leader's device. The guard then left. A-Bomb is desperate because Hulk and Scar may have already lost their lives, but Red Hulk told him to stay calm. After all, the Hulk withstood the explosion of a quantum bomb. A fall into a hole could never be able to destroy it. They now have to find a way to escape, and to do that, they will need the help of the other prisoners. Meanwhile, down there in the well, Hulk was looking for Scar, who suddenly appeared and pounced on him, thinking he was one of the monsters. Now those together have to stay together to escape from there, and in the middle of the way, they found a gigantic monster. He swallowed Hulk, but Scar hit him in the stomach and made him spit out his friend. After that, the creature ran away in fear, and as they continued walking, they reached the entrance of a certain cave. At the same time, She-Hulk's new maid was congratulating her, for she is very lucky to marry the all-powerful emperor of the world. But She-Hulk said he's the lucky one. After all, she still hasn't managed to hit him. Her maid said she can't say such things, because everyone there is very grateful to the leader. After all, he brought to the planet all the technology and energy to transform their lives. But She-Hulk said that in addition to that, he also forced everyone to work with those devices. He has to be stopped immediately, and at that moment, A-Bomb appeared. He used his powers of invisibility, and he came to get She-Hulk to escape from there. However, she denied it, saying that she will marry the leader, because this way it can cause much more damage. A-Bomb then returned to tell Red Hulk that She-Hulk is engaged, and he was in shock. But he pretended he didn't care about that, and talking to the other prisoners, they managed to come up with a plan. They will pretend to fight to distract the guards, and so the Red Hulk was able to attack the main guard so so they could escape. Together, all these prisoners will get out of there with the Smash agents. All the guards have been defeated, and they no longer need to be afraid. One of the prisoners warned A-Bomb that even though people are grateful to them, they still haven't forgiven Scar for everything he did in the past, and they will definitely want revenge. Meanwhile, in those caves, Hulk and Scar found several drawings on the walls. That tells Scar's story. He was a baby who was alone on the planet, but it was found by a family. He protected this family until one day the leader appeared and took Scar to do bad things. He turned him into a villain, and that's how he took him to planet Earth, where he met the Smash agents. It looks like that wormhole took the leader back in time, creating a complicated situation. At that moment, the leader himself appeared to capture them. He managed to make them faint and took them to the arena. She-Hulk was already there to observe everything as the new queen, and she tried to convince that maid of hers to help her with a certain plan. Leader then said that the two Hulks will have to fight to the death, otherwise he will take She-Hulk's life. Scar was very scared, and he had no other choice. Attacked the Hulk, because one of them needs to lose his life. Meanwhile, downstairs, one of the prisoners told A-Bomb that the leader has a ship, and it's the only way to escape the planet. Scar was still trying to attack the Hulk, but he never attacked back. And while She-Hulk was down, she got a surprise. Her maid gave her one of those devices. Scar said he would make a sacrifice to save his friends. Oh, and asked the Hulk to leave, but he would never do that. After all, the people of that planet already like Scar, because he wants to make a sacrifice, and that gave him hope. He picked up a sword and threw it at the leader, but unfortunately he made a mistake. The leader then used the device to attack the two Hulks, and Scar asked everyone's forgiveness, saying he's just there to help them. All the people of the planet started a revolt against the leader, but the leader himself then used everyone's device to electrocute them and keep them in their places. He now goes to planet Earth to start all over again. However, She-Hulk used that device that the maid gave her to attack the leader, and destroyed the control device in his head. Now, everyone on the planet is free, and She-Hulk threw the leader so that people can take revenge on him. Still, he has a secret plan, which is to use his ship to escape, but he can't defeat the Hulks because he's not as strong as them. And when your ship appeared, the Red Hulk was already driving. They dropped several devices inside to bury the leader, and then Hulk and Scar knocked him down with a very powerful blow, and now they are ready to take their ship and return to planet Earth. But they will take the leader to prison. But when they went to look for him, he was gone. Hulk then left the planet in the hands of those prisoners, and he left there with the Smash agents. They put in the coordinates of planet Earth and were going back. But they didn't know that the leader was hiding inside, and he destroyed the command center. Now the Smash agents are trapped in space. Thanks for watching. Until next time.